Peace everybody, back on another video. This is Roger Stone says he plans to campaign for Trump. So Roger Stone is saying that he was planning on campaigning for Trump. And as you can see, here's a picture of Roger Stone, I'm sorry, who is a free man, because Donald Trump had commuted his sentence, because the Obama administration, they railroaded him into something that he did nothing wrong. And just like they did with General Flynn, the Obama administration did this. So now Roger Stone is a free man, because he got the phone call Friday. And I did see the video on Twitter saying that Roger Stone is a free man finally, and Roger Stone was happy with joy in that. Roger Stone told Axios in a phone interview that he plans to write and speak for President Trump's re-election now that Stone won't die in a squalid hellhole of Corona-19 virus. Yeah, so Roger Stone had told Axios in a phone interview that he plans to write and speak for President Trump's re-election now that Stone won't die in a squalid hellhole of Corona-19 virus. Because he was supposed to either report to prison today or tomorrow, but Donald Trump had commuted his sentence. I'm asthmatic, says Stone, 67, sending me to a prison where I could not be socially distanced would, I think, be a death sentence. Yeah, so Roger Stone has asthma, and that's why this is why Donald Trump commuted him from being put in prison. Socially distanced, yeah, he could not be socially distanced in prison, so this is why he's a free man. Stone said he'll continue to follow one of Stone's rules. I will do anything necessary to re-elect my candidate, or to elect my candidate short of breaking the law. So yeah, so he said he will do anything necessary to elect his candidate short of breaking the law. But with the Trump administration, not the Trump administration, the Obama administration had done was totally insane. Sending the wrong people, charging the innocent people with crimes they have not done at all. Excuse me, where does all this fit in? First, I'm going to write a book about this entire ordeal too, once and for all. Put to bed the myth of Russian collusion. So that's what Roger Stone got charged with, was about the Russian collusion. And of course that was a lie as well, because they wanted to get Donald Trump out of the office, so now he had connection with the Russians too. That was not true at all. That was a lie too. I asked Stone about Peter Baker's New York Times analyst saying that in keeping Stone out of prison, Trump crossed a line that even Richard Nixon in death of Watergate dared not cross. Nixon resigned without using his pardon pen. Excuse me, but the New York Times are a bunch of liars. They're fake news journalists. So this is why they're making up lies that are not true. And they're also saying Trump crossed the line that even Richard Nixon in the depths of Watergate dare not cross. What Watergate? That was way after the Watergate started, with Bill Clinton being in office, because Bill Clinton cheated on Hillary Clinton with Monica Lewinsky. Think about it. And then the New York Times is going to come out and lying, saying all this and that? Yeah, right. Stone replied that the Friday evening commutation for obstruction, witness tampering with false statements to Congress, shows Trump has an enormous sense of fairness and justice and mercy. Yeah, so Donald Trump called Roger Stone on the phone and said, well, you are commuted for your sentencing. And when Roger Stone heard that on the cell phone, he was happy that he was commuted for his prison sentence, because he was not going to go to prison at all, because Roger Stone did nothing wrong, and the news media are making him look like he did something wrong, and it's not true. There's no Russian collusion. Stone flatly predicted Trump will win despite the bleak outlook. Yes, so Trump is going to win the election, whether the Democrats like it or not. There'll be a very tough fight. He's got 3 obstacles: voter fraud, internet censorship, which I have just recently experienced myself, and of course the constant falsehoods being pushed by the corporate-owned mainstream media. Those all make it a difficult race. Yeah, so he has had 3 obstacles. That Trump is fighting is voter fraud, internet censorship, which I have just recently experienced myself. And me personally, yes, I'm locked out of my Twitter account now for 3 days, unless I cancel the appeal and delete the tweets that I had said, and I won't say what they are. And of course, the constant falsehoods being pushed by the corporate-owned mainstream media, which Disney bought Fox, and Fox bought all these other mainstream medias and everything because of the Democrats. But he is a great campaigner. He's a great communicator. Yes, Donald Trump is a great communicator. He communicates with everybody, whether it's on camera or off camera. And there's only there's only so many phone calls that Donald Trump makes, unlike Obama, who made over 1,000 phone calls all over the world, talking to this person, that person. And Donald Trump is only 10, 11 phone calls? That's it. So who's the real liar this time? Obama is. When I asked what he means, Stone cited his campaign work going back to his hero Nixon in 1968. Who do you know who's been through more presidential campaigns than me? Yeah, so who do you know more? This is going back to 1968 with Nixon. And this is what he asked. Who do you know who's been through more presidential campaigns than me? I don't think anybody else really has, except for him, because if he's doing all of this for years, then I don't think anybody else would have done it. Stone said he had no assurances about the commutation before Trump called his cell phone Friday evening, but I had prayed favorably, and I believe the whole matter was in God's hands and that God would provide, and he did. Yes, so he believed in God would set him free. And so when Donald Trump had called him on his cell phone Friday evening, he prayed that he would be set free. And yes, and finally he has been set free. That means he won't go to prison at all, even though he still wants a new court trial, because the court has railroaded him into a bunch of lies with these incompetent judges that don't know what they're doing. And of course they say, oh, well, we're going to send Roger Stone to jail. No, you're not. No, you're not, judges, because Donald Trump has commuted his sentence and he's not going to jail. So Roger Stone is a free man, and hopefully he'll get a new trial to straighten all this mess out that the Obama administration railroaded him into. Leave your comments below. I am out.